And definitely for the first time, welcome to the Thunderbird Coaches Show. I'm your host, Spencer McLaughlin, gymnastics head coach Scotty Bauman joining me here. As always, Rylee Miller is our student athlete this evening. Thank you all for being here inside wonderful Cafe Sabor. Thank you for Regan battling through all of the issues that were presented. There is no hurdle this man cannot get past. I assure you he can jump over all of them with the greatest of ease. But Scotty, let's get right into it. Really exciting time with the conference championships being here on Saturday in Cedar City. Make sure you are all there at the AFEC. I forget the exact start time. I haven't looked that far ahead if I'm being honest. But for you, Scotty, where do you feel like your team is at right now in the season?
The start time is actually 6 o'clock, so make sure you're all there. We feel very good about where the team's at. Even though we didn't have our best meet up in Boise a couple of days ago, the energy was there. We just had a fluky beam rotation and you know, a couple of kids that are very solid up there kind of struggled. But after that, we had Boise on the ropes the entire meet and then just kind of let them sneak one past us there at the end. But you can tell the energy in the gym is there. The girls are ready to go. I don't know how we can prepare this team anymore. They can do these routines in their sleep. So I'm very excited. I think we're going to have a great meet, and we are still looking to press that 197 score, and I know this team can do it. So,
Rylee, does that reflect how it's felt for you and all of your teammates this year with the conference championships looming? Do you feel like you're about as prepared as you can be?
I think that Scotty and all of our coaching staff has prepared us all throughout the preseason, all throughout season, and we're all super duper confident, and we're confident in each other. And so I think that it'll just be really fun, high energy, and it'll be great.
From the start of the season to where you're at now, where do you feel like your team has grown the most, Scotty?
Oh, yeah. I think just within the how this team approaches everything. You know, a lot of times you get teams like that are uber talented like this, and you'll have all of these little internal issues and stuff, but we really haven't had any of that with this team. Where they've grown is when they have a bad meet, they come back the next meet and just will kill you. You know, and they've just got to learn to keep that momentum and keep doing that. But they know how good they are now, and it's taken quite a bit of time to get them to believe in that, actually. And that's been the most challenging part with this team. But I think they're there now. All the little things are there. They work on the detail stuff every day. So and before they weren't. They were just trying to survive, and now they're trying to fine tune everything. So and when they get to that point, they're a very deadly team.
Rylee, we've seen that bounce back from you guys all year when you have a more difficult meet. What is it about this group you feel like puts you in that mindset where anytime you go out and you don't perform up to your standard, you're able to come back the next meet and really crush it?
I think it's honestly just lighting that fire under us. Like, we are mad after a meet because we know that's not our potential. We know that's not what we can do, and we're mad at ourselves. We're disappointed in each other, we're disappointed in ourselves, but we know what we can do, and we know what our teammates can do, and we come back the next week and we're like encouraging each other, trying to encourage ourselves. And I think that the next meet we bounce back just because of that fire.
When you look at the last meet, Scotty, you mentioned the beam struggles, but talk about the other rotations and what your team delivered up in Boise.
Okay, so we started on bars, and we had Alex started us off beautifully. She almost got a 9.9, 9.875. And then Mia got up. And I don't know if you watched that meet, but Mia did not catch her Jaeger. Her hand was off. And the only thing that was on that bar was the base of her grip. I don't know how she stayed on. That was a very dangerous situation. But she managed it and just got an extra swing. And then after that, Naya went up and got a 9.875. Then we had another 9.8. Then we had Rylee struggled a little bit. But this is the exact thing we're talking about. Rylee had that meet. She struggled. We had to pull her on floor, and she struggled on bars, but then went right over to beam and killed it. So that's the mentality of these guys. They can get punched in the nose and get right back up. That's how tough they are. But the meet started, and then we finished up with Kendall on bars. Was it Kendall?
Ariel,
AC. We moved AC to the back, and she's a freshman, and she handled that pressure very well. And then we went over to vault, and Caleb Pardue, the last time that she tied our vault record, was in Boise 2 years ago, and this is the first time she's been there since, and she did a better vault up there this time. It was the most beautiful Yurchenko 1.5. She just drilled it, looked great. Our whole vault team did a great job. We just still got to iron out the little details in the landings, but then our floor team went to floor and did SUU floor. They scored like a 49.4 plus, and that's averaging dang near a 9.9 out of 5 girls. So, our floor team is very, very good, very competitive. And then we went to Beam, and our first 4 kids up did a great job. They weren't letting Boise even come close. And then our last 2 kids just kind of struggled a little bit. And it was weird because Ferguson was our anchor on Beam this time, and she was last week, and she got 9.875. So, she's a superb beam worker. She'll be fine. And Elliot, who is probably technically our best beam worker, she struggled too. So that was hard to see those 2 do that. Oh my God, I'm still struggling with it.
Ernie's is more than just a gas stop. It's your one-stop spot for fuel, fresh food, and friendly service. With locations across southern Utah, including one right here in Cedar City, Ernie's makes it easy to fill up and fuel up. Don't forget, Ernie's is home of the world-famous chicken strips, a local favorite that keeps fans coming back. Proudly supporting SUU athletics and proudly serving our community. Stop by Ernie's in Cedar City today.
Yeah, I want to come back to the floor team in just a moment because they've been so incredible all year. But Rylee, when you go through a meet, and you've turned into a 3-event performer for your team this year and have really kind of burst onto the scene and had a bunch of great performances. When you have one event that's a struggle, how do you compartmentalize that, flush it, and get to the next one?
Good question.
Honestly, going from one event to the next is you just have to let that go and just be with the team, be present, and just be grateful that you're there, be grateful that you have a team that has your back. Because after my bar routine and I made that mistake, I knew Kendall and Ariel were going to go back up and have my back, and they were going to do the best that they could do for me. And I went up to them and I thanked them, and then after that I moved on because it didn't affect the team as much, and that's all that matters is the team in the moment. So you have to set apart your own emotions for the team.
How has the coaching staff helped you grow into that mindset over your several years with SU?
That's interesting. That's a good question.
That is a good question. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this because you have Scott where he engraves in your mind every day about compartmentalizing and about moving on and being in the moment, being present, and then also just more of a team aspect. This isn't an individual sport anymore. It's for your team. And I think Jamie will come up to you and she'll dance in your face or she'll do whatever just to get you out of your head. Or Jeff will make a dad joke. It's just just
so bad.
Funny things. They know you and they know what will help you to just be in that moment,
Do you have a best Jeff dad joke that sticks out in your head?
Oh.
There's so many. I don't
so many.
He's very built for it. I imagine between Jeff and Scotty, you get your fair share of dad jokes as a team on a weekly basis. But Scotty, I want to go back to this floor lineup because they have emerged as one of the best in the entire country. And there have been some great floor workers that have come through the program in the last several years. But what do you feel like it is about this group that has really clicked, especially over the last month when they've, pushed towards tying or setting a new program record on floor? And they've just been so consistently elite. It's gotten to the point where I feel like it's a 49-3 as the floor for that rotation. No pun intended, by the way. But they've just done such. I was about to say raising the bar. It is impossible to do this without accidentally making puns. But they've done a really, really good job of elevating the standard.
We have a couple of things. We have Jamie Weissong, who is a brilliant choreographer, and Jamie. And she's really good with music too. So she's good at getting the music to fit the athlete and getting the dance to fit the music with the athlete. And that's actually really hard to do. And not a lot of choreographers are good at that. And that's one of her superpowers, to be honest. So I think Jamie Weissong just does such a great job with our floor team and the choreography and getting them prepared. But then you have you need a couple of kids like Berlin Hall and Carolia that go out and perform every time they do a floor routine. It doesn't matter if it's in practice, if it's in a meet, if they're just on the floor dancing around, just screwing around. Those guys bring the energy to those floor routines. And so kids like that aren't as comfortable doing that, like the Nayas and stuff, they go out there and they start getting naturally much better at it because, Naya can out-tumble anybody. But Mia is going to outscore her all day long because Mia can perform. And Naya has grown and learned that. And she's become a little performer too. So our whole team has gotten better because 3, 4 athletes take the choreographical aspect of floor very serious. And so they all got better. Rylee's good at that stuff. But Rylee can tumble with anybody too. So I love the combination of our floor team with the tumbling and the dance and everything. I love the artistic value it brings. Some teams you watch and they're rough. It's rough to watch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're forgetting the college sports are fun, right? Right, and then if you're having fun, you're going to compete a lot better. Rylee, today's Pizza Hut Pizza My Mind question for you is with regards to your floor routine. How did it all come together? What was the process like working with Jamie? I'm really glad this is the question today. The floor is yours. How did that all come together?
Okay, so freshman year, I came in with I got a floor team from Jamie, and so then sophomore year, I got to compete it once, and then I was like, Jamie, can I get a new floor routine? Like, I'm kind of bored of this, like, because you do it every single day and everything, and so, but it is a big task to like make a whole floor routine, do music and cut it and everything, like, and so. I asked her, and then she was like, talk to Scott, I think. And so I think I talked to you about it. But
no, Jamie just straight up said no.
Oh, yeah. But then I went to Scott. And then I went to Scott.
Then Carolia and Rylee come up to me, and they're begging me, can we please get a new floor routine?
Yeah. And then I remember Mia actually was telling me she was vouching for me and Kara to get a new floor routine to Jamie. It was funny. And then I think I reminded Scott again. He was like, I'll talk to Jamie. So then it was like, then that happened. And then, we just cut the floor music. I am very indecisive, so I gave her so many options. It was I felt bad, but
Jamie wasn't happy about it at all. That's a lot of work.
It sounds like
and it was so late. And
it was late.
It sounds like you wanted to get candy at the store. Mom said no, so you asked Dad.
Exactly what they did. I'm still not happy about it.
When you put it like that, yeah.
I was like, God, I'm gonna make Jamie so mad.
So once you got to that point and it finally got past the one woman committee of floor routines, how does the music get selected? How do you work that into your routine?
So I just brought her a bunch of pieces of music that I liked. They maybe didn't go well together, but Jamie worked really well with like changing the bass and cutting them together and everything. And so we worked long time with the music, and then we just like went right into the gym and got working at it. And she flows when she's so good at choreographing. And like we have our athletic trainer too, who like helped with like little bits and pieces too, whenever, because you get in a funk too when you're choreographing, like you kind of lose like creativity, but then other people can help, and it's like a team almost, and so you get different aspects of it. But Jamie did so good. I love it. I've gotten so many compliments on it, and yeah, it's like I love this floor routine, and I can't wait to get a new one next year.
And our old floor routine was great.
Scotty, any final thoughts on what has happened so far this season with the conference championships that we'll preview here in a moment?
Well, we're having a great year again. We're just right outside of the top 25. We're at 26th, and we're less than a 10th out of 25, 24. So we're sitting pretty good. But, the other teams in our conference, usually Davis will give us a brutally good meet going into this. And they seem to be they're having a little bit of a down year. So is Sac State, but they're still very good. Davis still has Amelia Moneymaker. That kid can go out and stomp your guts in. She's so good. And then, Sac State has Sarah Luttrell. She's outstanding. So there's going to be some good all-around competition going into this, but we're going to make those teams have to have their best meet in order to beat us. So they need to bring their game, and they always do for this meet. It's weird.
So I don't know if you guys are able to see in the back there. There's this nice little display of these three championship rings that all belong to your program as you chase a fourth straight conference title in your second conference. And it's the final year, of course, of being in the MPSF before they go to the Pac-12 next year with Boise State, Utah State, and Oregon State, all of whom you've competed against this year. But going into your final conference championship, looking for a three-peat in this league, Scotty, what does that mean to you?
That's huge. The MPSF has been great, and it's been a great league to be in for us. It's all Western teams, and they're all very solid, very capable programs. But the Pac-12 just has that brand and everything, and we've always had long-standing histories and rivalries with Utah State and Boise State. So we're a natural fit in with those guys, and Oregon State has been so much fun as well, because we went up there this year, and that's the first time we've gone up there, and their fans are amazing. They draw huge crowds. Their fans clap for everybody. Even when poor Maria Ferguson had a rough bar routine up there, they were all clapping for her the whole time, and they were doing it very. It's going to be a great league, but it's the same thing. I love going to Sac State a couple of years ago and having the conference championships in that tiny little gym, but it was cozy, and it was, the energy in there was insane. It was loud. So, each league presents its own challenges. The MRGC was a tough league too. So I like the challenge that the Pac-12 is going to bring. I like the competition that we have right now. Going into our last rotation, the last 2 years at the conference championships, I think we've been behind Davis both times, and we're going to floor, and it's our floor team. So, so I feel pretty confident. Old
reliable at this point.
Yeah.
So Rylee, for you guys going into this meet on Saturday, one last chance to compete inside the AFEC. Obviously, already had senior day and did all of those festivities. But what would you describe as kind of the mood amongst all of you going into the 4-team championships?
I think we're all super excited. I think we already know what kind of fun that will bring. And honestly, with multiple teams, I think that's way more fun than just a dual meet, because there's so much going on. There's so many fans, and everything's just high energy. And it's just fun to be with the team and be excited, because it's something so big to work for. And yeah, I just think it'll be super exciting.
Yeah, I bet Regan is equally as excited to deal with the logistics of a 4-team meet. We're all just as stoked.
I'm on the fun side of it.
Yes, that is very much the case.
When it comes to smiles, Thunderbird fans know who to trust: Webster Orthodontics, the preferred orthodontist of SUU athletics. They're the reason Thor the Thunderbird has that beautiful game day grin, and they can do the same for you. Whether it's braces or Invisalign, Webster Ortho provides personalized care and outstanding results, proudly supporting SUU athletics and our community. Visit WebsterSmiles.com today to schedule your consultation. Webster Orthodontics, show off that Thunderbird smile.
It's time now for our visit Cedar City Brian Head student spotlight. That is, of course, Rylee Miller. So start with your year in school, where you're from, what you're studying, and why you chose SUU, and then I'll have a couple more questions for you as well.
Okay, first question was what year I am?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a junior. I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, and...
You say that so good. That's so hard to say.
Saskatoon, Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Awesome.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
What am I? Biology, and a chemistry minor. And I chose SUU primarily for the gymnastics team. I was just getting recruited, and it just turned out to be that Cedar City, turned out to be the best place ever. I am so grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for the coaching staff for giving me a chance. And yeah.
Well, Rylee has 2 more years of eligibility, so we're still in communication about that.
Yeah. What was it like being from Canada and getting initially contacted and then recruited by Cedar City, Utah? That had to be a little bit of where in the world is Cedar City? What is this school all about?
It was honestly kind of a struggle because gymnastics is not a very supported sport in Canada, and there's no college gymnastics in Canada. So growing up, I had no idea that was a thing. I had no idea people were going down to the States, or that was a big goal outside of like the Olympics, which is a completely different stream, like college gymnastics. And so I started recruiting pretty late, and I remember I emailed Jeff, and he responded to me right away. But this is a funny story. We called pretty quickly after that. Like at that point I wasn't talking to many schools because everybody filled up their rosters and everything. And so Jeff called me, and the phone went silent for like 15 seconds. And I was like, "Hello?" And he was like, came back. He was like, "I'm sorry, Rylee. I just choked on chicken."
I've never heard this story, but it doesn't surprise me.
And he was like, "I'm sorry, Rylee. That's so unprofessional of me. Like, I shouldn't have been eating while I'm on this call with you." It was so funny. Like, I will forever remember that. Like,
Oh, that's good.
it just like kind of eased my mind on the recruiting process almost. But
I've thought about it so many times. It's time. Jeff's got to go.
Was there ever a thought in your mind when that happened of what am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
Here, guys? I can't hold off eating lunch for a 10-minute recruiting call.
seriously, and that's totally Jeff too. Like, you know, it's so funny.
Oh, that's fantastic. So being from Canada, have your parents been able to come down to Cedar City and see you compete here yet?
Yeah, they have a couple times, and it's a long trip. They have to fly out to Vegas, and it's not easy getting out of little Saskatoon. So, yeah, they're able to come out, and they love it here at Cedar too. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So when you were getting recruited to Southern Utah, what would you say was kind of the defining trait? Because I imagine some other schools were interested in you as well, but what was it about Southern Utah that really, really stood out?
I think it was my official visit. Yeah, they brought me out here, and I just got to see this small town, and I went to all these events, and then I got to see kind of the community here, and I was just like, wow, this is something I want to be part of.
Pretty
Because I've heard stories of other people at schools, and they don't have that. Like here, it's like you are so loved on the gymnastics team just because this is a small community, but it's so big in the heart almost. So.
So true.
Yeah. What is it like when you're down there in the AFEC and you get to feel that support? And you got several thousand people that are rooting for it. And, they'll go crazy if you stick a landing on your bars dismount or anything like that. What is that really like?
It is so exhilarating. Like, it fills my heart. You almost want to watch the video back 1,000 times, seeing the crowd go crazy. Like, it is so amazing. And I feel like growing up as a little kid, thinking about competing in a college gym with that big of a stadium or that big of an audience, that'd freak me out. But like, these people want you to do good. These people like are so excited to watch you, and it's so awesome. When
you're not doing college gymnastics or practicing for gymnastics, what are you usually doing?
Studying.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
This kid's in the middle. She's in the middle of the organic chemistry series right now. She's taking a physics series. She's got genetics right now. Rylee's a smarty pants.
Yeah. But in the summertime, I love to go on hikes. I love to go to the lake on the hill and go tan right behind Scotty's house. And just hang out with the girls. It's so fun here in Cedar City.
What do you want to do after college?
I want to go to optometry school and become an optometrist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that come to be a career path you wanted to explore?
I think since high school, when I took physics and I learned about the refractions of light and all that, just in kind of the instruments that they use, I thought that sprung up my interest. And then also, there was no way I could go to medical school. I cannot deal with hospitals' blood, but I wanted to do something medical. Scotty's been in the hospital with me before. He knows.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm with you on that. I don't do well in hospitals. I struggle. I know. I heard along the grapevine that there is a club What can you tell us about the club that you're a part of?
Yeah, so the optometry club just started like last year. My teammate Amelia, who's also wanting to be an optometrist, she's the president of the club. I'm the vice president, and I think I'll hopefully be grandfathered into that. But yeah, we just meet like every other week, and we kind of talk about, we either like practice OAT prep, which is the entry exam into optometry school, or we try and meet with optometrists and like play with their instruments and get to learn more about the eyes and about diseases and all that stuff, where we have optometrists come and see us and just kind of have more information sessions. So it's just good opportunities.
How many members do you have in this club?
Solid 5?
5. You got to start somewhere. Hey, you got to start some clubs on campus are Super Smash Bros, which is an all-time great video game, and some are the optometry club. There's more than one way to spend extracurricular time. Other than Cafe Sabor, of course, since you've been in Cedar City, what have been some of your favorite places to go out and eat?
Favorite places? Chipotle. We don't have Chipotle in Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Chipotle?
Yeah, I love Chipotle.
I like Chipotle. They're good.
Are we talking like Cedar City?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you could expand it a little if you want. If you go down to St. George every now and then, or Vegas, anything like that.
I'm really glad we got a Wingstop here now.
It's clutch.
Right by my house. It's great. I'm trying to think of other restaurants. I like Centros. Centros is really
Centro's
fun.
excellent.
It's cute in there.
Excellent. Quality pizza.
I'm a big Second East fan. I love that place.
I love Second East too.
Second East is
Their
good.
salad bar is so fresh. Love it.
I like,
You really not have? I'm still
I like
stuck on. You don't have
Cafe Sabor.
Chipotle in Canada?
We don't have a lot of things in Canada.
I would have thought Chipotle was international. Is it not?
yeah, I don't
They
know.
should. They're charging me $16 for a burrito bowl now. They should have plenty of money to expand. It's outrageous. I keep going there because
I'll just get a whole thing of guacamole when I go there.
what is
It's
it?
so
$25?
good. I know, right?
Yeah. Anyway, we always like to wrap the coaches show with shout outs. You can shout out anybody and everybody that you want. Scotty, you can begin with conference championships on Saturday. Who do you want to shout out right now?
I got a shout out to Stephanie Ardogo. She is planning this banquet, and Heather and Jamie.
Dogo is Director of Gymnastics Operations, for those who don't know the acronym that Scotty said and then didn't explain.
Yeah, she's our Director of Gym Ops, and then Heather Garcia and Michael Blake, and then Jamie and everybody who's put a ton of time into this conference championships. It's going to be so much fun for the girls. There's a big banquet the day before, and then the meet, and Regan and his staff and all they've done. So I've got to thank all those guys. And as always, I got to thank our physical plant. You guys are the best physical plant in the country, and I'll say it till the day I die.
Rylee, anybody you want to shout out to wrap today's show?
I guess I want to shout out Scott, Jamie, Jeff, all the
Oh, Rylee.
all
You're
the
awesome.
athletic staff, and all our donors, and all my teammates, because they support me. Everybody supports me. Oh, someone's telling me to shout out Josh.
Who is Josh?
Joshua Dye. He is my boyfriend. He is
Ah.
out. He was on the football team here, but he is out at Ole Miss now. So
That is
Yeah.
correct. I knew that. But have you guys been able to stay together when he got a new team?
we're trying, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, best of luck with that. Best of luck on Saturday as well. Thank you all for being here, as always, for the Coaches Show. Give it up for Scotty and Rylee today.
Thank
I'm
you.
Spencer McLaughlin. We'll see you next time. And until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, it's fun.